Marley was dead to begin with. There was no doubt whatever about that. The register of his bureau was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner. Scrooge signed it, and Scrooge's name was good upon change for anything he chose to put his hand to. Old Marley was as dead as a doornail.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle! God save you!
It was the voice of Scrooge's nephew, who came upon him so quickly that this was the first intimation he had of his approach. Bah! Humbug! He had so heated himself with rapid walking in the fog and frost, this nephew of Scrooge's, that he was all in a glow, his face ruddy and handsome, his yes sparkled, and his breath smoked again.
Christmas a humbug, Uncle! You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do, Merry Christmas! What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then. What right do you have to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You're rich enough.
Bah! Humbug!
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fool as this? Merry Christmas! Out upon Merry Christmas! What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money, a time for finding yourself a year older, but not an hour richer, a time for balancing your books and having every item in 'em through a round dozen of months presented dead against you. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. He should!
Uncle!
Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way, and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone, then. Much good may it do you. Much good has it ever done you.
There are many things from which I might have been retrieved good, by which I have not fulfilled, I dare to say, Christmas among the rest. But I am sure I have always thought of Christmas time, when it has come round, apart from the veneration due to its sacred name and origin, if anything belonging to it can come apart from that, as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time, the only time I know of, in a long calendar of the year, when men and women seem to be by one constant to open their shut-up hearts freely, and to think of people below them as if they were really fellow passengers to the grave, and not another race of creatures bound on other journeys.
And therefore, Uncle, though it has never been put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good and will do me good, and I say, God bless it! Let me hear another sound from you, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow. Scrooge said that he would see him. Yes, indeed he did. He went the whole length of expression, and said that he would see him in extremity first. Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
Scrooge said that he would see him. Yes, indeed he did. He went the whole length of the expression, and said that he would see him in that extremity first.
But why? Why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love? Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle, but you never came to see me before that happened. Why give it as a reason for not coming now?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing from you. Why cannot We be friends.
Good afternoon.
I am sorry, with all my heart, to find you so resolute. We have never had any quarrel to which I have been a party, but I have made the trial of homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon. Scrooge took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern, and having read all the newspapers and beguiled the rest of the evening with his banker's book, went home to bed. He lived in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner. They were a gloomy suite of rooms. Scrooge noticed something different about the knocker on his door, for it was not a knocker at all, but Marley's face. "Pooh-pooh," Scrooge said. "Humbug!"
Scrooge.
"It's humbug still. I won't believe it. How now? What do you want from me?"
Much.
"Who are you?"
In your life, I was a partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?"
I can't. Ask me who I was.
"Who were you then? You're particular for a shade."
In your life, I was a partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?"
I can.
"Do it then."
You don't believe in me.
"I don't."
What evidence would you have of my reality beyond that of your senses?
"I don't know."
Why do your senses doubt me?
"Because a little thing affects them. Slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. You may be an undisguised bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than of grave about you, whatever you are."
At this the spirit raised a frightful cry and shook its chain with such a dismal and appalling noise that Scrooge held on tight to his chair to save himself from falling into a swoon. But how much greater was his horror when the phantom, taking off the bandage round its head as if it were too worn to wear indoors, its lower jaw dropped down upon its breast.
"Mercy! Dreadful apparition! Why do you trouble me?"
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
"I do. I must. But why do spirits walk the earth, and why do they come to me?"
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men, and travel far and wide, and if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander through the world, or woe is me, and witness that cannot share but might have shared on earth, and turn to happiness. Woo!
"You are fettered. Tell me why."
I wear the chain I forged in my life. I made it link by link, and yard by yard. I gittered it on my own free will, and my own free will I will wore it. And its patterns strange to you. Or would you know the height and length of strong coil you bear yourself? It is full of heavy, and as long at this 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Scrooge glanced about him on the floor in the expectation of finding himself surrounded by some 50 or 60 fathoms of iron cable, but he could see nothing. "Jacob, old Jacob Marley, tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob."
I have none to give. It comes from other regions. Ebenezer Scrooge, and is conveyed by other ministers to other kinds of men. Nor can I tell you what I would. A very little more is all permitted to me. I cannot rest, I cannot stay, I cannot linger anywhere. My spirit never walked beyond our counting house. Mark me. In life, my spirit never roved beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hole, and weary journeys lie before me.
You must have been very slow about it, Jacob.
Slow?
7 years dead, and traveling all the time.
The whole time? No rest, no peace, incessant torture of remorse.
You travel fast?
On the wings of the wind.
You might have got over a great quantity of ground in those 7 years.
O captive, bound, the double-ironed, not to know any Christian spirit working kindly in its little sphere, whatever I may be, will find its moral life too short for its vast means of usefulness, not to know that no space of regret can make amends for one life's opportunity misused, yet such was I. Oh, such was I.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and belovedness were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. At this time of rolling year I suffer most. Why did I walk through crowds of fellow beings with my eyes turned down, and never raise them to that blessed star which led the wise men a poor abode? Were there no poor homes to which its light would have conducted me?
Hear me, my time is nearly gone. I will, but don't be hard upon me. Don't be flowery, Jacob. Pray, how it is that I appear before you in such a shape that you can see, I may not tell. I have sat invisible beside you many and many a day.
But stop at the first syllable, and being from the emotion he had undergone of the fatigues of the day, of his glimpses of the invisible world, or the dull conversation of the ghosts, or the lateness of the hour, much indeed of repose, went straight to bed, without undressing, and fell asleep upon an instant.